Before we start, I like to give a who shout out to all my Patreon members. All credit goes out to them as it's their support that is helping me create these videos. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment to FMSCOUT's YouTube page. Peace and enjoy the videos. Hello guys, I have created a new Discord server called RDF Tactics FM. It will be a Discord server where you can share your tactics, upload your tactics, even self-promote your own stuff. Please come and join and we can talk some Football Manager stuff. It will be one of the best communities around. Thank you guys. Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to FMSCOUT's YouTube channel. It is RDF and today we're going to be looking at some great centre backs that you may or may not have heard of just yet. What I have done is I have created a filter, so that filter will be in the description below. It will just be of my recommendations of which attributes are the most important for a great centre back. Now, most players on Football Manager tend to play with a high line on Football Manager, so automatically they think they should go for a quick, speedy central defender, but not really taking in mind how that person's aerial ability is, and they wonder why they get beaten by the ball over the top. And having a chat with my friend CAE over on Discord, he had a great explanation of why your defenders might be getting beaten by that ball over the top quite easily, and it could be down to the player's aerial ability and height, not necessarily just that player's pace. So first of all, I'm going to go through the filter with you just so you get a rough idea of which type of defenders we're looking for and what I feel is most important to your central defense. In the technical area, the most important for me is heading, marking and tackling. For me, that is a given. If you're going for a ball playing defender, you might want to have a little first touch, a little passing alongside a little technique. These bonus attributes don't have to be ridiculously high because other attributes will also be taken account. In the mental side of things, I feel aggression, anticipation, bravery, composure, concentration, decision, determination, positioning and teamwork are all important for a great central defender. With all these attributes, of course, you don't have to have every single one. You can match maybe 15 out of 16 to get some more options, but ideally, you don't want this match number to be very, very low. So for me, aggression and bravery, that is very, very great for aerial ability. You want your players to be brave when challenging in the air for the ball, but also with some aggression and determination. Positioning will be also important for this, so when the opposition is swinging in crosses, your defender is positioned exactly in the right place. And concentration, of course, is a given. You want your players to have a high level of concentration, especially in the top leagues. They have to be switched on at all times. When it comes to physical, agility for me is a personal preference. I feel you have an advantage when your defender has some agility. He can get to places quicker. He can turn and stop and go very, very quick. Balance is very, very important for me as well. When they are making challenges or when they're in the air, they're not easily beaten or just shrugged off. Jumping, reach and strength, of course, is a given for a defender. And what we have here, this is kind of the average attributes for a top league. So if you're in a lower league, you can just press this minus button and it will decrease all the values down by 1. The highest numbers, of course, is what I feel is most important. Also, height is a very, very important for me. At least 6'2" is what I go for. I don't really like my short and ball playing defenders that have no strength, and I just don't like that at all, because when you come against those physical teams, sometimes they might just crumble. So for me, height is very, very important. 6'2" for me is the minimum. 6'1" if I'm struggling to find some options. But now, enough of that. Let's get into some of the players that I have picked. Also guys, I know I might butcher some names. I'm going to get some names wrong. So I have scouted some of these players just to try and get a rough idea of that player's value and how much you can get that player for. The biggest recommendation for Arsenal would be Kalataka. his creation from Marseille. His estimate costed between 4.2 and 6 million, so very, very good. He's very consistent. He enjoys big matches. He's fairly adaptable, so he can move to most countries, but he does have a little injury problem. Lianco is second on the list, estimate between 7 to 10 million. Again, very, very great moving to a different country with a perfectionist personality. We have Jerome Nguene. Salzburg really aren't looking to sell in the first season. His personality is spirited and his media description is a powerful centre-back. This guy, Stranghaija Pravlovic, is going to be a very, very great centre-back for the future. He is a must-get signing, standing at 6'4", great in the air, great at marking also with his positioning. He is just a great defender. He's good already at the age of 18, so just imagine what he could be like when he is older. Next, we have Filip Benkovic, just like Jerome Nguene, probably well known to most football managers out there. He's available between 11 and 31 million, so I'm going around the 27, 28 million mark. Again, very, very good. 6'4", very good in the air, very solid. His agility is not great, neither is his acceleration, but in training, what I would do is agility and balance training. Next on the list is Juan Cruz. He's available between 3.9 and 5.5 million. He's Argentinian, but the trick here, he's also eligible for Italy, so he doesn't need a work permit. Big bonus for those in the Premier League. Standing at 6'3", he's very good in the air. He's lacking composure a little, so final third training is what you might want to give him, and he is very, very cheap. Nicholas Apoku, again, someone that is good for the lesson teams and also has a decent potential. He really does. His personality is fairly professional, so he will be training very, very good. You have a few options when it comes to training. You can either give him some composure training or some agility balance training. Either way, within a few years, this guy should be very, very solid. He's got decent off the ball and decent passing, so when it comes to playing at the back, this guy would be very decent. Here we got Domingos Duate, 24 years of age, very, very decent defender with decent all-round stats. He's a very, very fit defender. Granada don't really want to sell right now, but if you put some pressure on him, you probably can get him. He's got a minimum fee release of 29.5 million, but you probably don't want to pay that much. He is a good defender. He's got good positioning and teamwork, marking, balance. He's good in the air. This guy could be a very, very solid defender. Next is Lucas Africo. He's got very, very decent potential. This one, again, if you're just a newly promoted side in the top leagues, then you might want to look at this guy. He's left-footed. You don't find too many great left-footed defenders, so this is a bonus for you guys. He dives into his tackles, but he's got good concentration. His decision-making is not great, so that is something you might want to work on. Next is Emil Bergstrom. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right. But this guy is a very, very solid. He looks very experienced. He's got great leadership as well. So coming into your team, he is a leader in your defense. He's estimated to cost around 3.3 to 4.8 million. He can play anywhere alongside the back line, and also he can play in the defensive mid areas. This guy will be great for maybe someone in the championship or a league below the top leagues, or again, if you are just a recently promoted team and you want a leader in your central defense, then this guy is for you. He's 3.3 to 4.8 million estimated cost. Again, absolute steal. Next is Conor Goldson. This guy I tend to get a lot, mainly because of his leadership, and I like to manage in England and he's English, so that is a big bonus. He is a very, very consistent performer. No matter what team I've been top teams, middle teams and weakened teams, and I've signed this guy. No matter who I signed for, he has never, ever disappointed. Next is Rodrigo Bakayo, or Bakayo. I'm just going to go with Bakayo. He plays for Udinese. He's unlikely to be sold at the beginning, but another great defender. He's got a little low decision than maybe you would hope so, but he could be an absolute steal if you can get him, maybe in the second season, as he has just joined Udinese. Next is Nikola Molas. He's from Serbia, 23 years of age, 6'2", a decent ball playing defender who lacks some physical attributes. Could be a little bit faster, but again, speed is not everything. I feel if I was training this guy, I would do some agility or balance training, or even jumping reach and strength training. Just try and get some of those numbers in those light greens. But the only thing is his estimate cost. Right now, Almeria have just bought him, so he might be a little difficult to get. Next is Wilka Angel. He's a balanced personality. He's just a balanced defender. Someone that's not really a standout, but he's not very, very poor. He's not poor at all at defending. He's a very, very decent defender. 6'2", he's decent in the air, and he comes at a very, very low cost. Very low cost. The issue with this guy, I did find that his professionalism is kind of low. But if you're struggling or you need a backup defender, this guy costs around 2 million. You just cannot go wrong. Next is Rasmus Loritzen. And again, another decent defender that stands at 6'2", decent in the air. Another one for those at a lower league, or maybe just a team in the top division but struggling a little. He's just joined, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this name for you guys, but he's just joined that team. It's in the Swedish league, so maybe around January, he actually won't cost that much. Next is Martin Bjornbak. Martin Bjornbak, we're going to go over that. 27, so a little bit older than everybody else in this league. But the reason why I've included him in this is because I'm not sure many people know about this guy. I'm not sure, but this guy is an excellent player. For some reason, I've signed him before and he's very, very solid. You really cannot go wrong. But he's also a free kick taker, so it's just a bonus. If you can see, hey, he's a very, very strong guy. His mentals is very, very decent. So is his technicals. You just can't go wrong. He's just joined Mode or Mode. So again, around December times, he will be available and available for cheap. Next is Demetrius Nicole. I've butchered that name, I know I have. Only 20 years old. Just look at this guy, absolute steal. 6'3", he's got decent strength, decent positioning. He's a very good defender. Again, when it comes to training, I'll maybe be training him in the final third to get his composure and his decisions up a little bit more. But he's a very brave defender. He's good in the air. Try and get this guy. Honestly, try and get him. I think he's just signed a new contract. I think so. I think he's just signed a new contract. Next, again, another 27-year-old, someone that plays in Wickham. So we're talking about the championship right now. He's just joined, I think, from, I can't remember, but it's not from Peterborough. It wasn't from Peterborough, I don't think. Maybe Hull. But this guy is a very, very solid defender, especially for the lower leagues. This one is strictly for the lower leagues. The reason why I have included him, I don't want all my defenders on this list to be only available at the top clubs, because not everyone is going to be a top club. Ryan Tavazzoli, I think his name is. Very, very decent defender. Just look at him. You cannot go wrong for those lower leagues. Last and certainly maybe least is another 27 years old, David Jablonski. He's a Czech Republican player. He's 6'3", very good in the air. He likes to get further forward whenever possible, so he's kind of eccentric. Kind of. He shoots with power, so this guy is a big bonus when it comes to set pieces. He really is. I have actually used him before for this team, Cracovia, when I was trying out some different teams in Poland. He is very, very solid in the air. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying interested if you lasted this long. The filter will be available in the description below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And please enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Love you guys.